It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Philadelphia Eagles. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury.
No chance. No chance.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the counter, it's Henry. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Staying on his feet. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also seen for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, Smith. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Smith. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And take it right at the 35. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You got 3 down. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. I got you, son.
And he'll give it here to the his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, Kidd. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
10 more there and another first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. Standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Derrick Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula? That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Kidd. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They're off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Let's go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on Ringo. Buffalo 18. Hey, 4 down.
To throw is Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to throw, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I want to play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And fresh off the pick-6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. 198. 198.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the hooks.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He's got a man. It's his fullback. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific, because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. Now Smith. Forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, 20, 10. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 68 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The kick by Bass is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
We got this. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Defense wins championships, baby.
After the penalty, it's Henry. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
49, guys. Mike.
Now it's Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the out. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the pass.
Running from the gun with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Proctor. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. After the interception, here's Smith. Flushed out right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Play action. It's Smith. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And his kick is good.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
57. Mike, 57. Let's make these babies cry.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Proctor. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw on second down. Proctor. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
57's the mic.
To throw on third down. Proctor, he's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he rifles one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Watch tight end.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Torres firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The kick by Bass is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Again, it's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you've got to imagine the celebration is already well underway. Smiles on that sideline. Still a little time left, but 16-0 appears to almost be a certainty now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Henry. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion help leading them to